I spent a large part of my career doing customer research to assess whether a new product or service had achieved product market fit. And we know that product market fit is key if a product is to produce repeat purchase and as such have a good chance of succeeding in the marketplace. One of the things, though, that was both interesting and disturbing is that we discovered early on there was often a huge gap between what early users said and what they ended up doing in the marketplace. In other words, we would hear people say, yes, I like the product, I'll buy it again, it's interesting, it achieves what I was looking for. But out there in the real world, we would see them not repeat purchase. When we dug down and peeled back a few layers to try and understand what was going on, we discovered a couple of things. The first was that it was very easy for them to intellectually assent to a product's value or appeal. But if it wasn't visceral assent, it was frankly meaningless. The second thing we learned is that if we didn't gauge visceral engagement, we would often end up with very, very misleading information. What is visceral engagement, and how does it differ from intellectual engagement? Intellectual engagement takes the form of saying, wow, I like the product, it's interesting, I'll buy it again. Visceral engagement is when an individual is engaged here, not here. When you take the product away from them and their voice rises, they use profanity, they lean in, when you'll have to peel it out of their hands, pry it out of their hands. That's what we look for. And getting at visceral engagement, you need to have the right tools and techniques to enable you to go beyond asking questions and getting answers. Some of those tools and techniques involve forcing a consumer to have some skin in the game, or doing what we call a range of deprivation exercise, where you take a user and you let them know the product is going away, or you're taking it away, or it's going down if it's a software platform. And at that point, you listen really hard. Are they leaning in? Is the voice rising? Are they getting exercised, almost angry? And when they do that, that's the first indicator that the product has truly achieved visceral product market fit. Again, intellectual engagement is frankly meaningless when it comes to predicting what's going to happen in the marketplace. Intellectual engagement is when someone says, in theory, sounds great. Visceral engagement is, I will not let you take that product away from me. So when you're talking to consumers or users of the product, early users in particular, make sure you're listening hard. Are they engaged here or here? Because below the neck is where action really happens and where repeat purchase is generated. Thanks.